Hi guys, we're terribly sorry about that delay. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but we had the guys upstairs working on it and we're all good now. So, welcome to your Friday edition of The Buzz with me, Kieran.
And I'm Zach.
Coming up today, we will be showing you how to cook a simple yet mouth-watering meal in a mug. And we'll be seeing if today's contestant completes the £35 fashion challenge. And most importantly, we'll be interviewing political pop band The Rhythm Method. Now, we've all heard of superheroes such as Batman, Wonder Woman and Superman, but they're just a fantasy. Today we're going to show you how you can be a real superhero by simply signing up to the Anthony Nolan Bone Marrow Register.
Here's Holly with the Birmingham Marrow team at the sign-up events.
Hi guys, I'm here at the University of Birmingham's Medical School. I'm about to attend an event for Anthony Nolan's Birmingham Marrow team. I'm about to head in. Here are some of the team from Birmingham Marrow I'll be working closely with today. I can't wait for them to introduce me to some potential lifesavers, such as Michael. Hi guys, I'm here with Michael. Michael signed up on the bone marrow register himself. So Michael, why did you sign up to be on the stem cell register?
So I signed up, my sister, she sort of recommended it to me a couple of years ago, said you should do it. And I guess I just sort of thought, why not? Like, why wouldn't I do it?
I'm now speaking to Donna, whose daughter at the age of 16 was diagnosed with cancer. Donna, can you tell me why your daughter needed a stem cell donor? Why not a more traditional method of treating cancer that our viewers may have heard of, such as chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or surgery?
Well, Emily was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 16. Initially, she felt something in her tummy. I think more than that, didn't think for a minute it was going to be cancer. And initially, she was diagnosed. She was treated with chemotherapy because it was a type of blood cancer. They couldn't really take all her blood out or do surgery, so she had chemotherapy, and initially that was very successful, and she went into remission about 5 months later. But unfortunately, she then relapsed, and because of the type of cancer she had, it was deemed that the best and really only course of treatment for her was to have a stem cell transplant.
So why do they need stem cells? What is bone marrow?
Well, it's a bit like a reboot button for your body, really. So everything in your body starts from your stem cells. So because Emily's stem cells were obviously failing somewhere because it was letting cancer in twice, the course of treatment she needed was to have a reboot of her stem cells. But rather than replacing them with her own, she needed to have someone else's stem cells to replace them. So
who can sign up? Can anyone be a stem cell donor?
Well, pretty much anybody above the age of 17 can sign up to the bone marrow register up until about the age of 55. Depending on your age, depends on which register you actually join. There are several register lists out there to look at. But really anybody, so no matter what your sexuality or your ethnicity or your culture or your background, they really need people from everywhere, really, all cultures and in society to sign up and join.
How do you sign up?
Well, literally you Google Anthony Nolan or you Google delete blood cancer and you fill an online form in, and then they will send you a kit to your house. Very simple kit, comes in a little envelope, and it's a bit like a cotton wool bud, and you literally swab the inside of your mouth with it, put it back in the test tube, back in the envelope, and send it back to them, and that means you are then registered on the stem cell register as a potential lifesaver.
Was your daughter's match found from Anthony Nolan?
Unfortunately not. When Emily was initially in that position where she needed to find a match, we were told with her being white, British heritage, and all her grandparents were white British, that it would be very easy to find her a match, really, because there have been some very big campaigns in Britain over the last few years to increase the numbers on the register. But unfortunately there was no match in the UK for Emily, so the search then went further afield into Europe where there was no match, and then we went worldwide, and again there was no match for her, but thankfully a Spanish gentleman during his Christmas holidays came across a campaign to sign up, and he did, and that was where her match came from.
So there was no one in Britain who was your daughter's match?
There are probably lots of people in Britain who were her match, but obviously if you're not on the register, there's no way of knowing you're there. So yeah, potentially everyone in Britain could be someone's match, but unless you join the register, there's no way of knowing and finding you.
If you are called, what happens next?
Well, you're invited to, for instance, if you've signed up with Anthony Nolan would invite you along to one of their centres to give some blood, so they can get some more information really about whether you are the perfect match. So it's a bit like a combination lock with 12 digits. So from your swab, they'll be able to tell whether you're potentially a match of 4 on 4 digits, and then the blood will tell them how close you are to being a perfect match. And obviously the perfect match you are, the better, because there's less chance of those stem cells being rejected after the transplant has taken place. And to actually donate is relatively simple. It's a bit like giving blood. They connect your one arm up, and just like taking blood, they take it out of your one arm and they spin it in what medical terms like a medical washing machine, and all the bits that spin off they collect, and those are the stem cells, and everything they don't need they simply put back in to your other arm.
So it's not like an operation?
No, I think a lot of people think that there's going to be drills and cutting your leg and draining out bone marrow, and certainly there are times when they have to take people's bone marrow like that, but you know, science and medicine has moved on so much, and it normally takes between 4 and 6 hours in hospital to take that out. There's no need to stay overnight, and you're free and off to go and get on with your life.
So it really is becoming a superhero?
It really is becoming a superhero. I think we've all watched these cartoons, and the superhero in their capes swoops down and saves someone's life, and that really is what bone marrow donors do. They are someone's superhero, and the families and friends will be eternally grateful for the opportunity to carry on.
Well, thank you, Donna, for talking to us about your story and how important it is to sign up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Donna, for telling us how easy it is to sign up to save a life. Do your bit, it only takes 2 minutes.
If you have another 2 minutes to spare, why not cook 2 easy meals in a mug? Let's take a look at Jerry preparing one.
So, it's dinner time and you need an easy, quick meal. Let's make pizza. In 5 minutes, in the microwave. Let's get started. 4 tablespoons of plain flour. A pinch of baking powder. A pinch of salt. 4 tablespoons of milk. 1 tablespoon of oil. Mix all together. Once you've made your doughy base, add some tomato puree. My favourite kind of pizza is margherita, so I'm going to add some cheese, but you can add any toppings of your choice. Next, for some extra flavour, add some mixed herbs. So now we're ready for cooking. Put it in your microwave for 2 minutes. It looks great and smells delicious. So that's our microwave pizza made in 2 minutes. Let's eat. So we've just made our pizza, but there's always room for dessert. So why not make something warm and cozy? How about our hot chocolate cake made in a mug, in a microwave, in minutes? Let's get started. First of all, let's get 4 tablespoons of flour. Then we'll add 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Next, 2 tablespoons of sugar. And a pinch of baking powder. Next, 5 tablespoons of milk. 2 tablespoons of oil. Mix it all together to make a nice batter. Now we're going to add some chocolate spread in the middle, but you can add whatever you like. Maybe peanut butter. And now we're ready for the microwave. Wow, it looks delicious. During our show, why don't you try making your own minute meal and tweet us, and later on in the show, we'll put them on our page.
Thank you, Jerry. I haven't even had breakfast yet. Kieran, I'm really hungry now.
Oh, yeah?
I'm really hungry.
Well, like Jerry said, guys, don't forget to tweet us your meals in a mug at BCU The Buzz, and we'll feature them later in the show. Now, is inflation preventing your fashion choices, but more importantly, your budget? Do you think you could buy an entire outfit for just £35?
We set Jack the challenge. Let's see how he gets on.
Hi guys, I'm Don.
I'm Jack.
And today we're at the thrifty store. We've given Jack a £35 budget where he's going to buy some of his vintage clothes.
This is a personal favourite of mine. Let's see if I can find something.
This is thrifty store. No, I didn't pronounce that incorrectly. They added the Y because, well, why not? Birmingham store opened earlier this year, so it's still in early development. Originally from Sheffield, thrifty store branched out to Birmingham. How they moved a warehouse 91 miles via the M1, I have no idea, but it's safe to say that Jack's glad they did. Varying online reviews describe Thrifty Store as being atmospheric and insane value, so let's see what he does. Well, some of our old contestants go straight for the shoes. Jack clearly has a primal need to protect his torso from harsh winter weather conditions and grabs himself both a shirt for 10 and a blanket with sleeves for 15. So that's 25 down and 10 to go. He still needs a pair of bottoms and any accessories he can get his hands on, or in if he wants gloves. Next, we're at Cancer Research in Birmingham High Street. Let's see if Jack can complete his outfit. These shops like this are a great place to find a bargain, and to make it even sweeter, you are doing it for a great cause as all the proceeds go to charity. It looks like thrift shopping is in Jack's jeans. Speaking of jeans, loving the pink Jack. So jeans, shirt, coat. That's me, sounds like a hat trick. No, Jack, not that kind of hat trick. Okay, it looks like Jack's all done. Let's see the outfit of his choice. So, the coat for 15, the shirt for 10, jeans for 7, and finally the hat for £2.95. We gave Jack the challenge to find an amazing outfit for 35 quid. And with 5 feet under and the fact that he had to bring his own shoes, I think it's safe to say this is an overall win. So let's say goodbye to Jack and join me next week in Newcastle when we can see if Sarah can do any better.
Sorry about that, guys. There seemed to be a bit of an error on the names there. I have no idea what my name was on. It was supposed to be Jack and Dom.
Oh, Kieran, just on this question, what do you think of the outfit?
Completely honest?
Yeah.
I think you should have stuck with the pink trousers.
It just takes a lot of confidence to actually go on with that kind of outfit, man.
So, as promised earlier, let's take a look at some of your mug meals that you've tweeted us. Right, so let's take a look at some of our favourites. This is Libby from Newport after making herself a delicious dessert. What do you think, Zach?
Wow, I'm loving the mug actually. Quite nice actually. It's,
I can't see what it makes out, but
very nice indeed. I'm loving it, man.
So what's next?
Here's before and after Nick in a Glasgow's attempt after the brownie.
I'm assuming that the one on your side is the before.
Ooh, I'm loving it. I actually love brownie since I was like 5 years old. I was always addicted to brownie, man.
So anyway, next up we have Seb from Wolverhampton, who's made a cheesy pizza, and as you can see, he's very proud of that.
Wow, very smiley. I love smiley people, man. Yeah. Looking at Poppy and her sisters tucking into her chocolate cakes.
Family bonding at its finest.
They look very happy, very happy.
And finally, Charlie from Worcester with her pizza. I think it's clear to say which one's before and after on that, don't you think?
I actually love herbs on pizza myself. Very, very tasty. It puts a lot
very
of flavour into
underrated.
it. Yeah, you think so?
So thank you so much for your tweets and make sure to keep them coming in. Now, as our loyal fans will be aware, each week we head around the UK to find hidden gems of the music industry in the hope to extend your musical tastes. So what kind of music are you into, Zach?
I'm into rap actually. I enjoy Eminem, Low-Key, you know, that kind of music I'm really into.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm more of an 80s guy myself.
Oh, you're missing out, man. You're missing out, man. This week, we're in Birmingham. We managed to find out the Rhythm Method, a political indie pop band.
Now, political themes in music became much, much heavier in 2010 and carry a weighted mix of both opinion and passion.
Very true.
So we caught up with some of the guys to ask them a few questions. Let's take a look.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Rowan.
And together we are the Rhythm Method.
Bit more track, please, on stage.
Yeah.
Quite a bit more blues, Check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
We've been a band for about 3.5 years. Taking it seriously for the past 2.5. That's something that's just, well, basically I went to Catholic school and it's the only form of contraception allowed by the Catholic Church. I wouldn't say I'm a practicing Catholic now, but it always just stood out to me as a band name, so I've kind of had it as a band name for about 10 years probably. And it just came up to put it to, really.
We're listening to Black Eyed Peas.
Oh yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
Get this party started in here.
Right before stage time we do let's get started in here. All the classics really. Being skin is a big one. Today we've had £5 between us.
What have we got now?
Nothing. Yeah, keeping small independent venues alive is very important. They're kind of their communities. Like all the friends I met, or I have now, I met at the same place I met here, like through music. Yeah, kind of is that important.
Yeah, it's not just bands they produce, it's just communities, friendships and relationships, things like that, you know, it's, you have to have places where these things are going to happen, otherwise they just won't.
We could take care of each other. We should say, yeah. If you understand my love, which is understand. We gotta care of each other. It's a message from above.
So what did you think of the music, Zach?
Oh man, it was honestly it was really nice. For the first time we listened to this kind of music, I'm really, I'll say, inspired. You know,
But
it's nice.
You said you're more into rap.
I'm more into rap though. I'm more into rap. Like, you know, like I've heard Jay-Z.
I've got some news for you. I've got some news.
Okay.
Next week, instead of going to Birmingham, we're going to be going up to Newcastle.
Really?
We are. We're not only going to see if Sarah's going to complete the £35 challenge as well as Jack, but we are also going to see the Hardwood Floors, which are an indie band that are basically inspired by rap.
Really?
You know, a completely different thing. So make sure to join us next week and you can see exactly what we're talking about. Have a good day, guys.
Have a good day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.